Interstate 540, about to cross the Arkansas River into Van Buren. I've got some developing storms to my north. Well, not really developing, they're developed. That are moving into northwest Arkansas, specifically northwestern sections of Washington County, southwestern sections of Benton County. That's the storm I'm really keeping an eye on. It's kind of isolated, has a lot of room to work with. It's ahead of the cold front. You know what? I should probably make sure my stream's up before I keep talking. Okay, I'm on. I don't have my usual setup right now, guys, so it's going to be a little different right now with having everything kind of fixed up with, you know, the accident that happened the other day. So but I do think okay, you all hear me, cool. Just my opinion though, I do feel like this storm I feel like it's struggling a little bit. The one that's moving over Siloam and the Watts community, it does not look as impressive as it did 20 minutes ago, which kind of makes me wonder if maybe it's fighting a little bit of capping issues, which would be a good thing. We don't really want it to persist. We do have a tornado warning near Dover, so just north of Dover, near Hector. I might honestly go east and try to get close to that. That's moving east at 50 though, so the odds of me catching that are slim to none. But that tornado warning includes Hector. It includes Dover. So definitely something to watch here over the short term. The actual warning is for Conway, Johnson, Pope, and Van Buren County. That's moving at 50. That is going to be tough to catch from where I am. I'm nowhere near that. I had some family obligations tonight that kept me at home longer than normal. And my son graduated from kindergarten, so obviously wasn't going to miss that. So I'm a little behind, but no big deal. Still able to cover it from social media, get information out that is necessary. So they did remove the severe thunderstorm warning from the Northwest Arkansas storm, which honestly kind of makes sense. That storm looks like it's dying a little bit. So if you are, we'll just go over the information here. If you're in Hector, if you are north, you live north of Dover, you really need to take this serious. Circulation, the rotation looks pretty strong. If if you're in Hector or live anywhere around Hector, if you live north of there, west of there, you need to be sheltered like right now. This storm's moving around 40 to 50 miles an hour. It's not something to play with. I don't know if there's a tornado on the ground, but there very well could be. It's likely buried in rain where you're not going to see it. I don't think I'm going to catch this storm, to be honest with you. It would probably be wise for me to pull off and go get off at Alma and go west and intercept this storm in eastern Oklahoma headed to western Arkansas. It has a severe thunderstorm warning on it there south of Muskogee. I could probably go westbound on 40 and intercept that. I am not in a new ride. No, I'm in my same car. Yeah, same car. It's I just have to a few things done. I need some repairs done. But no, same car. It's safe to drive and everything. Just the inside's a little messed up from the airbag deploying and all that good stuff. So I just want to reiterate. I just want to reiterate for anyone who just now joined, strong rotation just north of Dover, just west of Hector. So if you live anywhere near Dover, if you live anywhere near Hector, if you live in the city limits of Hector, you need to be in a shelter immediately. This storm is moving fast, 40 to 50 miles an hour. Excuse me. Certainly something that you shouldn't play with, because it's not just a tornado warning with weak rotation. This is more. I could see a tornado occurring with this velocity signature that I'm looking at on my radar product. So certainly take that serious. I have had a few comments from people, I'm guessing from Hector, stating that the tornado sirens aren't going off, or perhaps they live in Pope County and they're not going off. I hope if they are not in Hector or in that area, they aren't going off, because there's no need for them to be going off. With that being said, though, if you're watching and you live in Clinton, Arkansas, Shirley, Fairfield Bay, maybe even as far south as Damascus or Quitman, this storm could impact you here over the next hour or so. So keep that in mind. There is no warning where you live now, but there could be here over the next little while. Like I said, I'm not going to catch that storm. I'm just not going to catch it. So I think the best bet for me, if I'm going to do this effectively, which I don't want to leave Arkansas, but this storm to our west will have downstream impacts, I think, here in western Arkansas. And I'm just not going to catch the storms near Dover and Hector. It's just not going to happen. There is strong rotation too. It looks like they're just southwest of London. That could impact Russellville here in the next, I'd say 15-20 minutes. The circulation observed here just southwest of London, west of Dardanelle. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for that storm. That includes Russellville, Dardanelle, Atkins, but no tornado warning for Russellville. But if you're listening to this and you live in Russellville or London, or maybe even Atkins, please know that there is some rotation on that storm to your west and that there could be a tornado warning soon. Definitely the main concern, though, now is the people of Hector. If you live in the city limits of Hector, if you live near Hector, you certainly want to be sheltered immediately. Not something that I would take for granted here over the next 10-15 minutes for sure. I would highly encourage you to take it serious. For those curious about where I am, I'm on I-40 headed westbound right now. I know that sounds weird because I'm driving away from the storms that I'm talking about, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to catch I don't think I'm going to catch those storms driving safely. There's just no way. So I'm probably going to have to play the storm that's to my west, that's west of Gore, Oklahoma, and see what that has to offer here for me. I don't like that it's closer to the cold front, but it's one of those things where I kind of just have to really watching this Russellville storm. That kind of makes me nervous, honestly. There's no warning either. There's a severe thunderstorm warning, but there's no... Guys, I'm sorry if I get quiet at times, but excuse me. I'm trying to also make sure I'm staying on top of these warnings. I do read the chat, yes, but I try not to do it very much while I'm driving because it's, I don't know, I don't want anyone getting upset with me, but it all appears here in front of me. I don't have to like look up and around for it, but no, I'm not falling asleep. So there is a tornado warning for that storm now. For Russellville. Tag God, man. That's 2 in a row. I do not like that. So if you are in Russellville, Dardanelle, Atkins, or London, would certainly be sheltered. To reiterate right now, to make sure everyone's up to speed with what we have going on right now, we've got 2 tornado warnings in Arkansas. We've got a warning for Russellville, Pottsville, Dardanelle, Atkins, and then we also have strong rotation moving into Hector. So areas just northeast of Dover and the city limits of Hector. If you live in Russellville, you need to be sheltered. If you live in Hector, you need to be sheltered. If you live in Dardanelle, if you live in Pottsville, you need to be sheltered. I would certainly urge you to take those warnings serious because it's not just these aren't just nonsense warnings. I promise there's rotation involved, and the warnings are certainly warranted for the time being. Becky for that. I appreciate it. Thank you. I feel like the rotation there over Hector isn't as organized as it was 10 minutes ago, but it's still there. Definitely would still be sheltered if I lived in Hector. And I would definitely be sheltered if I lived in Russellville, Dardanelle, Pottsville. Any of those areas, I would certainly be sheltered. Strong storms are moving in anyways, but there could be tornadoes embedded in all that rain, and I would definitely take it serious here over the next 15 to 20 minutes at least. These storms could eventually move east and impact places like Morrilton, Greenbrier, Clinton, Quitman, Shirley, that section of our state. But for right now, mostly just impacting Pope County. Then, of course, up to the northeast, right along I-40 and northbound. For those of you who are wondering where I am, I'm actually in western Arkansas, right on the Oklahoma state line. Obviously wouldn't be making it. I had a late start tonight due to some family obligations. I was not going to be able to make it east to those storms tonight. But we have severe thunderstorms just to our west, headed our direction. I'm going to probably head down I-40 as quick as I can and intercept the severe thunderstorms to my west, because those could impact western Arkansas with time. So I just kind of have to pick my battles here tonight with my late start. The storm that we were originally watching, that's in southwest Washington County, Benton County, is starting to intensify again, so we'll have to watch that one as well. No warnings on it, though, for the time being. Rotation pretty much moving over Hector now, so if there was a tornado, it would likely be passing over that area right now. I don't see any debris on my radar product that suggests that there is a tornado on the ground, but it could happen at any moment, so would definitely take it serious. And the same goes for the Russellville Dardanelle storm. That rotation looks like it's broadened a little bit as well, which is a good thing, but something we'll just have to keep an eye on here over the next little bit. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, Nicole, I do. A lot. Not during storm season because I'm so busy, but yeah, I do. I'm actually not too upset with my decision to go west and target this storm in eastern Oklahoma. Not because I think the storms in western Arkansas, near Hector and Russellville and all that, aren't serious, but they're moving really fast and there's a lot of rain. It would be really hard to see anything, and I'm not so sure that any of my ability here would help a whole lot. Whereas in the storm to my west near Otakaha, I don't know how to say that, west of Gore, Oklahoma, I feel like that storm is, I just feel like I'll have better odds of being able to see. There's still a little bit of light left, but I'm losing daylight pretty quick. Yeah, David, you're under a tornado warning there in Russellville. Yeah, there's... an update on the tornado warned storms. We did have a report of a wall cloud moving into Hector. That circulation is starting to pass Hector to the east now. Our circulation near Russellville looks a little better than it did on the last scan. If you're in between Dardanelle and Russellville, would certainly urge you to be sheltered in the short term. The tornado could be occurring now, and if it's not occurring now, it could occur quickly with that circulation. Right now, though, our two main concerns in the entire state of Arkansas are the two storms that we just talked about, the one near Hector, Russellville, and Dardanelle. Those two tornado warnings. That doesn't mean that there's not storms elsewhere. I'm just saying that right now, that's our only tornado warnings as of 7:55 p.m. I am in eastern Oklahoma, targeting a storm headed right for me. I'll probably head west on 40 for, probably won't be able to go too far because this thing is headed my direction. It's moving east-southeast at 30 miles an hour, so not super fast, but it could certainly have some tornado potential. The rotation on it honestly looks pretty strong right now. Large hail potential and a lot of lightning. I think this storm actually does have a little bit of a short-term tornado potential, a legitimate tornado potential here. We'll see what happens over the next 30 minutes or so. But for those of you, excuse me, for those of you who are just now joining, really concerned about these two circulations. The one near Hector is still going. It's right over Hector, probably just east of town by now. And then we also have a circulation, man, it's right over Russellville. We're on I-40, we just passed Roland, Oklahoma. Headed westbound right now. Steve, there is a storm up there right now. It's not severe. It's got some lightning in it. It's west of Fayetteville now. It's near Siloam, the Watts community, and far southwestern Benton County. That storm looked like a big problem earlier, but I don't know if it hit some capping or something, but it just like shriveled up pretty bad. But it's fighting for life right now. But we'll see what happens with it over the next 20-30 minutes. But right now it looks pretty frail. My goal is to get to Salisal, just west of Salisal, and intercept this storm here near Gore. Unfortunately, there is a lake there near Tamaha and Kyoto, which kind of might be a problem for me, but I'm going to have to probably just maneuver around it. What's up, Justin? Thanks for watching, man. We'll probably have to watch this storm too, if it stays together and does not die over the next 2 hours or so. I'd say. I feel pretty comfortable saying that. eventually impacting like Fort Smith down to Greenwood, Mansfield, Poto, kind of that area. It's moving east-southeast. Maybe a little bit more east than anything. So maybe even close up like Cedarville, Van Buren, Fort Smith. We'll see though. We'll see. I think it eventually will get caught by the cold front though and really hurt it, which is a good thing. They could affect the weather tomorrow, yes, by leaving boundaries and stuff out that could enhance localized tornado potential and whatnot. But as far as overturning the atmosphere, no. I think the atmosphere will recharge for tomorrow. Man, I hope everyone in Russellville is sheltered. Strong rotation moving over Russellville now. Really worried about Russellville right now. I'm not saying that it is 100% producing a tornado, but man, it is. That circulation's a little too close for comfort right over town. Perhaps on the south side of Russellville. The rotation there east of Hector is really broadened out. The biggest concern right now is the circulation near Russellville and Pottsville. Yeah, this Addison, there's nothing going on in Searcy. You don't have anything to be worried about. I just really hope everyone in Russellville is sheltered, and I hope everyone in Pottsville is sheltered as well. If you're listening to me and you live in those areas, Russellville, Pottsville, Atkins, if you live anywhere near those areas, you need to be sheltered. It's 8:03 p.m. Tuesday, May 22nd. The rotation is pretty strong. we had? Someone reported a wall cloud near Hector. I haven't heard anything about Russellville. That circulation is embedded in some really heavy rain. It's probably really hard to see anything. No, Circe is not in the path of this at the moment. It's not. Here in the next, not imminently is what I'm saying. Here in the next little while, we'll see what happens, but it's still a pretty good ways from that area. The storms here that we're referencing are pretty messy. Admittedly, really messy in the short term, but they're still producing stronger circulations, so it's certainly something that we have to watch closely. Mountainburg have anything to worry about? Yeah, I mean, not immediately, but if we have any more storms develop, we could. There's really only one storm up there by you, and it's well north of Mountainburg. So, yeah, the stuff in Iowa was really sad. There's some really violent tornadoes. I hate that, man. It stinks. Rotation still just east of Russellville now. It's in between Russellville and Pottsville. Storm's moving east about 25 miles an hour, so it's not moving fast. But if you live in Pottsville, if you live anywhere near Pottsville or Atkins, you're in the tornado warning polygon. Take it serious. We've seen these circulations really flare up, then they kind of broaden out, and they flare up again. They've trimmed the warning down. Rotation looks like it's getting stronger again. They're just northwest of Pottsville. We also have rotation, though, still southeast of Hector. Admittedly, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. A very rural part of Van Buren County. Still worth mentioning. People could still live there, but really, really concerned about that Russellville circulation. For those of you who are just now tuning in and wondering where the heck I am in eastern Oklahoma. I wasn't going to catch those storms to my west, or to my east. Approaching a storm now west of Gore, Oklahoma. This is going to eventually impact western Arkansas, so I chose this because this was probably the only thing I could catch with my current location. I know a lot of you are likely from Arkansas watching, though. Somebody asked about Springdale. You do have a strong storm that's just to your west. Does not have a severe thunderstorm warning on it, but there's quite a bit of lightning in it. Stuff's updating or not. Yes, it is. Okay. the tornado warnings aren't anywhere near Malvern right now. The main one, though, or not main one, we got two. The main two, Pottsville, and then they're just east of Hector. You can actually see the anvil clouds from the storms that I'm going after right here in front of me. Actually looks really cool. I haven't really been able to appreciate it because of what I've got going on there in Central Arkansas, West Central Arkansas. Storm near Pottsville. That circulation just keeps getting angrier and angrier, it looks like. And it's likely buried in the rain, so it's going to be hard to see. If for some reason you're watching this and you live in Pottsville or even Atkins, guys, I promise you might be able to see it, but I wouldn't test it. Don't be standing outside trying to see this, because if it's like my luck, you're going to be standing out there and you're going to get caught. Go inside. Put the most walls in between you and the outside as possible. Put some blankets over you, some pillows. Ride it out in case a tornado does form. And then you can go about your business. Yeah, that storm, when it went over Russellville, really rotated hard. I don't think it ever produced a tornado, but man, it way too close for comfort. Right over town. I'm still not seeing, looking at the debris tracker, I'm not seeing any debris popping up. I don't think I'm seeing any. That's usually pretty evident, so that's a good thing, but these scans are old. Things can happen really fast, so it's certainly something that you can't just rely on immediately and just that be the gospel, if you know what I mean. The circulation's right over Pottsville now, likely. My last scan is 2 minutes old. So it's probably right over Pottsville, or just north of town. Thanks, George, for the report. Yeah, honestly, that rotation got pretty strong there for a minute. Really had me nervous. I was hoping that maybe it would just kind of, cycle out. The circulation itself is now positioned just west of Atkins, just northeast of Pottsville. And then our other tornado warning there is just southwest, well, it's quite a way southwest of Clinton, Arkansas. And that circulation does not look as strong as it did earlier, which is a good thing. It's still there, though, so I would certainly take it serious. But that warning does not include Clinton, Arkansas, currently, if you're watching this and you live in Clinton. Someone's asking about a 49% chance of a tornado. Brother, I'm not trying to be rude, but Arkansas is a big state, so I don't know where you're talking about. We might have already had a couple tornadoes, honestly, out of those circulations we just had. But I haven't heard of anything confirmed and have not seen anything visually on radar that would suggest that we've had a touchdown. So, yeah, I've had a lot of people that have messaged me over the last 20 or 30 minutes to say that it got pretty scary in Russellville when this happened. I know the wind probably picked up pretty quick. It does look like they went ahead and issued severe thunderstorm warning for Conway, Faulkner County. That's not updated on my radar yet, but someone referenced it. Gina, moderator, referenced it. I know that she wouldn't post that just randomly. Absolutely. Check on this Russellville storm real quick. I'm gonna probably pull off here. I'm in Oklahoma right now, in eastern Oklahoma. Probably gonna pull off here at Vian, kind of get a grip on what we're dealing with here. So the circulation center is actually going to be, I think, just northwest of Atkins, just west of town. So if you're watching this and you're in Atkins, you're under a tornado warning. You're under a tornado warning. It's the only tornado warning in the state right now, and they went ahead and extended it out to areas north of Morrilton, north of Menifee. Yeah, I don't have any visual on tornadoes on this, but I'm starting to see lightning on my storm. I'm currently near Vian, Oklahoma, with a strong line of storms just to my west. Like I said earlier, I'm probably going to pull off right up here and going to see what this storm's going to do before I make any more movement to the west. Also really watching that storm that's developed there southwest of Havana, south of Blue Mountain. Court, that's good to hear. Yeah, definitely be in the shelter if you're north of Atkins. It's going to get windy here in just a second. If there is a tornado, I think it's going to be just north of Atkins. It looks like the circulation is... One second, guys. It's hard to see. The circulation kind of looks like it's gusted out a little bit. It looks a little bit more broad compared to like what it did over Russellville. When it was over Russellville, I thought, man, this thing's about to produce a tornado right over town. Yeah, that circulation's there, still just north of Atkins. They went ahead and issued a tornado warning that does include Clinton. Park right up here, kind of get my bearings about myself real quick before I make any more movements. I feel like I've been here before, like in this exact area. I gotta make an update on Facebook too because Clinton's under a tornado warning, and I know a lot of people follow from Clinton. Do you think it'll hit North Little Rock? Storms? Yes, possibly. But it would be later tonight. The storms that we're referencing here are all well north of that area. Wow. I wish I would have been in Central Arkansas, but I keep calling it Central Arkansas. I really consider that River Valley, Western Arkansas. Carissa, we've got several storms. We have one in Northwest Arkansas. We've got one near Atkins, Arkansas. That has a tornado warning. We've got one that includes Clinton, so Conway, Van Buren counties. The other tornado warning storm is for Conway and Pope County. And then I'm currently in eastern Oklahoma. I feel like on an island all by myself with a severe thunderstorm headed right for me. I probably need to go to, honestly, probably need to go back to 40. I'm not really in a good spot here. This storm looks like it's going to go, the worst of this looks like it's going to go south by 40. Is Danville, Arkansas good? Let me look at radar, make sure I don't say anything. No, not right now. If you're in Danville, there is a storm just to your west that has a lot of lightning on it. An intensifying storm would certainly take that serious in the short term, just in case that storm starts to flare up. Stay indoors. Like I said, a lot of lightning in that storm, so I would be really careful. Tornado watch for Conway. Yeah, I'm glad they finally. Someone commented on my post and said a little late. No, posted about it as soon as it was issued. It's been up it's got a 30-minute tag on it. Been talking about that storm for the last hour. Need to get back to 40. Excuse me. I need to get back to 40. I hate dealing with this. Storms are going on in Arkansas, central Arkansas, all that. I'm here in Oklahoma, in eastern Oklahoma. I don't like not being in my state, but it's just part of it today. Dude, why does this Taz dude, get in every single one of my channels? He's so annoying. I better slow down. I'm gonna pull over and get a ticket. I'm trying to do this. So it was 25. There's an imminent tornado threat with these storms that I'm on, but there's certainly a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain. I'm going to pull over here for just a second before I make a move. I don't want to make a wrong move here because my road network's pretty limited. Might just have to move east on 40 with these storms of time and see what they do. Got a lot of people messaging me on Facebook asking why there's tornado watches being issued, but it's not storming where they live. Guys, they issue those out a long time. We still have so the circulation that we were talking about earlier, guys, it is just east of Atkins now. The other circulation that was in, that includes, excuse me, Clinton and areas down to Damascus, that circulation is pretty broad. The circulation that's near Atkins that has been causing us problems for the last 25 minutes is still pretty strong, honestly. That includes areas north of Morrilton. Morrilton and Menifee are not in the warning. So if you're driving down I-40, if you're familiar with Menifee, Morrilton, that area, that's where we're talking about, but just north of there. Cash said, where are y'all at? It's just me. And I'm on I-40 right now in eastern Oklahoma with severe thunderstorms just to my west. I'm just kind of waiting to see what track they're going to take before I make a move. I've got these warnings going on, trying to make sure people are up to speed. Starting to hear more thunder. Really don't like this storm west of Danville. I do not like that at all. We might have a developing supercell there near Danville, Plainville, Ola. Someone asked about Greenbrier. Greenbrier is east of the tornado warned storm that's north of Morrilton and Menifee. But that could impact you over the next 45 minutes or so. It's a pretty strong rotation there north of Morrilton and Plumerville, that area. I need to keep an eye on the storm next to me too. Sometimes I forget I'm doing this, but I'm also out storm chasing as well. This storm is not tornadic at all. It looks just like a windbag. Strong storms. Dang it, man. I wish I would have kept driving east. That was a rookie mistake on my part. Rookie mistake on my part. Shelly, nothing in Jonesboro right now. Cash, are you friends with Reed Timmer? Yes. Me and Reed are pretty good friends. How are we looking in Little Rock? Nothing in Little Rock right now. No concerns. I don't know about Tennessee. Sorry, guys. I cover Arkansas, so it's hard for me to kind of move out of that. Yes, there is a warning in Yale County. That storm is concerning, admittedly. That's an isolated supercell attempting to form there just west of Danville, Plainview, Ola. That has the look, and I do not like that at all, one bit. We'll have to watch that close. The only storm that has a tornado warning right now is the one there east of Atkins. What are we looking at around Cabot? We have storms to the west right now, northwest of that area. I'm not sure any of the stuff is going to impact Cabot right now, but the storms that are to the southwest, near Danville, possibly could if they stay alive with time. Models just didn't handle this very well at all. Surprise, surprise. Annie, it's possible. Yeah, if you're under a tornado watch, you need to take it serious. Yeah, I would certainly take it after what's happened tonight with how storms have flared up so fast. I'm trying to find that tornado watch, and I don't see it. I know it's out there because everyone's messaging me, telling me about the watch they're getting. I just really wish it was out there, though, so I could use it for Facebook. Make sure people know. Kimberly, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Starting to hear more thunder close to my location. These storms that are just to my west. Starting to see more lightning as well. My windshield refuses to stay clean right now. It is so humid outside, guys. Guess if you'll give me just a second, I'm trying to get my bearings about myself before I make a move. I'm probably just going to have to keep going east with these storms. I've got I-40 to play with here to keep me kind of out of the way. I am not in. I've got to turn my heater on to get my windshield cleared up right now. It's too cold in here. My windshield keeps condensating. I'm going to pull up radar scope for just a second here. Man, that's a concerning look there, east of Atkins. I do not like that at all. If you live in Damascus, Greenbrier, Worcester, Guy, any of those areas, you need to be aware of the storm that's to your west. It has a tornado warning on it. It has the look of a tornado-producing storm, and it could impact where you live over the next hour or so. So make sure you're up to speed on that. Have a plan ready to go. There's no tornado warning in the places that I just talked about. I'm just talking about the potential here over the next hour or so. All right, let's turn that down a little bit. Hopefully that'll help my windshield a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. My windshield was all fogged up. Nothing in Southeast Arkansas right now. I'm not real worried about Southeast Arkansas for the immediate time frame. We'll see how that goes though over the next little bit. Pretty big hook on that storm there north of Morrilton. I'm not so sure there's a tornado on the ground, but the hook is pretty ominous, honestly. Honestly, wish that storm would just go away. That thing is... Severe thunderstorm moving into Danville, Plainview, and Ola soon. Large hail is possible, along with the tornado. There's no tornado warning on that storm, but I can see that storm visually. I can see it's rotating. Definitely something to keep an eye on here over the next 20, 30 minutes if you live in that area. Someone asked about Northwest Arkansas. Yeah, for now, I think Northwest Arkansas is okay. The storm that was up there just kind of fizzled and died. Kathy, you're asking about Ola. We just talked about Ola. Yeah, definitely a strong storm moving in soon. Large hail is possible as well. That storm that's north of Morrilton that has the big hook on it is a great example of a storm displaying radar characteristics of a tornado-producing storm, but then you look at the velocity and it's just not that impressive. And that doesn't mean that it can't produce a tornado quick. I'm just saying right now, as I'm sitting here at 8:40 p.m., I'm not seeing that immediate tornado threat. The last scan looks a little bit better there north of Morrilton. A&B's asking about Cushman and Batesville. There's currently storms to your west, but they're a long ways away. And really, honestly, the only two storms that I'm really worried about right now are the ones near Danville and Plainview. And then, of course, the tornado-warned storm there north of Morrilton, west of Damascus, west of Wooster and Greenbrier, northwest of Menifee. I agree. Thank God we are not in Iowa. That state has been ravaged by horrible tornadoes. Arkansas has been so incredibly lucky this spring, and I hope we keep that streak. That's why, honestly, sometimes I get a little testy with people who talk about bust and this and that, and I'm like, man, if you only knew. We might have had an EF5 today. The Greenfield, Iowa tornado was crazy. Who knows if it'll actually be an EF5 because it's a damage scale, but it was strong. I gotta get back to the east. These storms are absolute trash, junk. Not that I'm gonna be able to catch this Danville storm, but frustrating, man. I made a horrible decision to go west. That's just ignorant on my part, but I'm not gonna make all the right decisions. It's just part of it. Really, really worried about that storm near Danville, though. It really has the look of a developing, mature supercell that can produce tornadoes, large hail. I'm on I-40 in eastern Oklahoma. There might be. No severe weather is right now. I'll pick it. I'll have to watch for storms later, but so for clarity's sake, the tornado watch goes from Little Rock west to Fort Smith, up to northwest Arkansas, over to Harrison, Mountain Home, Searcy, Batesville. It does not include Jonesboro, Brinkley. It doesn't include Pine Bluff, Arkadelphia, Texarkana. Pretty much from Little Rock west to Fort Smith, and then across northern Arkansas, over to Searcy, Batesville, Mountain Home, Hardy, that area. So hopefully that helps if you guys don't have the map in front of you. I'm in eastern Oklahoma, trying to get back to the east. I should have just kept going east on 40 earlier, but admittedly just made a bad decision. Thought it was a good decision at the time, and turns out it was not. I will say that the circulation there north of Morrilton and Menifee, it's pretty broad. That does not mean that it's not tornadic, though. These things can change so fast. It's a great sign for us. Eastbound on 40 right now. Headed for Sallisaw, Oklahoma, trying to get back to the east. Really worried about the Danville, Plainview storm. Yeah, in the short term. There's nothing in Pensacola right now. That's right next to Fort Smith, for those who don't know. Yeah. Really starting to notice that hook that we've all been watching together there north of Morrilton and Plumerville. It's starting to dogleg, and man, when they start to dogleg, it's just never a good sign, which is a good sign for tornado genesis, by the way. I'm not saying it's bad for us, but we'll see how it goes over the next 20 minutes or so. Sometimes they can kind of recover from it. Yeah, that Danville storm is, I don't like that. I'm really hoping that it just kind of cycles out, but it's kind of all by itself too. It has that really pronounced hook there on the southwest side of the storm. Looks like there's some rotation there. It's not overly strong, but it's rotating. I do wonder if there's any capping left, though, that's going to prevent that storm from becoming what it could. Dalton, yes, I believe so. I think Atkins is safe for now. I know that was probably a little sketchy earlier. Yeah, I think... Still really watching this storm close there, northwest of Worcester, southwest of Damascus. Rotation's really broad, though. I'd honestly be a little surprised if they continue the tornado warning. I could see them doing it because of its history, but at the same time, I could see them just issuing the severe thunderstorm warning out for Damascus and like Greenbrier. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of lightning coming off this. So they went ahead and they issued the tornado warning for that storm near Danville. So with the one we've been talking about for a while. Go ahead and make sure we get that information out. So we've been talking about it forever. Danville. I think the tornado warning, honestly, is more pertinent for Plainview, Ola, Casa. So, like we've been talking about, That tornado warning is up for regions of Conway, Saline, Perry, Yale counties. Large hail is also possible with that storm, but obviously the main concern right now is a tornado. So if you live near Plainview, if you live south of Plainview, if you live in eastern Yale County, anywhere near Plainview or Ola, need to be sheltered. That storm definitely has the look, though. Excuse me for yawning. That other storm up north is starting to kind of get a little sketchy again, too. They're probably going to go ahead and warn that out to Damascus and Guy, I would expect. I don't blame them. Yeah, sirens are going off in Danville, probably for good reason. I think the tornado threat is past Danville, more so for Plainview, Casa, that area. Yeah, I'm gonna need some coffee. I'm not gonna make it to these central Arkansas storms. I mean, I screwed up big time. I had an opportunity early on I got started late tonight, and wasn't able to make the Central Arkansas time frame. My son graduated from kindergarten today. So part of it, these things are going to happen. So what about Pulaski? There's nothing going on for Pulaski right now, but this storm near Danville could eventually impact Pulaski County over the next hour and a half or so. And it has a tornado warning on it. So if there was a tornado, though, it's likely just southwest of Plainview. Right now. 8:55 p.m. Definitely family first, yeah. Severe weather, though, does not care about your family, your timing. It's pretty relentless, so... Right now, they did reissue that warning up north and included Damascus, Guy, and Greenbrier. So if you're in Damascus, Greenbrier, Quitman, I know Quitman's not in the warning, but you're close. Damascus, Guy, Greenbrier, you need to be in a shelter. So we've got 2 tornado warnings right now that we're really concerned about. I'm going to go over them one by one. If you live in Damascus, Guy, or Greenbrier, you need to be sheltered. If you live in Plainview, you should have been sheltered 10 minutes ago. I would definitely be watching that storm close. Luckily, the southwest tornado warning that includes, Plainview, Ola, Casa, that's in a pretty excuse me. That's in a pretty rural area of our state. The warning to the north, though, little bit more population center. Damascus Guy and Greenbrier. And obviously I know people live to the west of that as well. You know, Highway 65 goes northbound up to Greenbrier, all the way up to Clinton. So hopefully nobody is traveling through that area right now. White County is not under a warning, no. Not right now. You're close, though. You're one county over, so definitely have to watch the stuff to the west. Storm that's near Damascus Guy and Greenbrier is a beast. Now, like that storm as a whole, I'm not so sure that it's an efficient tornado producer right now. I feel like it's still kind of lacking some ingredients. But like that thing's a beast. The storm itself, there is so much lightning in that storm. Yeah, northern Faulkner County is included in that warning. Conway is not included in the warning. Like that at all. Birdtown, Morrilton area. We currently don't have any warnings there right now. I don't think there's anything imminent either. We're really worried about the Damascus, Twin Groves, Damascus, Greenbrier, that area, Highway 65 northbound. Nobody should be driving in that area. And then we have another really pronounced supercell with a large hook echo near Plainview in Ola that I'm really worried about, that I feel like has really just taken off. And I'm hoping that this thing will just cycle out and kind of go away before it gets into central Arkansas, because these nighttime stuff stinks. Johan, if you're in Batesville, I think you're okay right now. We'll watch how things develop over the next couple of hours, but there's nothing imminent. been so frustrating. I feel like a lot of times I make the right decisions when it comes to Arkansas storms and being in the right place. But the timing tonight was really tough for me. And then I had to kind of panic rush, make decisions, and that usually never goes well. I really wish I was in central Arkansas right now and had an opportunity to go after those storms, but I'm not there. And I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to make it. We still have 2 tornado warnings, though, that we need to talk about. We've talked about it kind of at length here. And I know you guys are watching, and if you live in that area, you want to hear about them. But right now, I'm going to buckle back up. Our main concerns for the short term. If you live in Damascus, Twin Groves, Greenbrier, or Wooster, you need to be in a shelter. We also have a tornado warning for Perry, parts of extreme northwestern Saline County, Plainview, Ola, Casa, that area. These are really the only 2 storms right now, the only 2 concerns in the state. As of 9:05 p.m. I'm coming into Fort Smith right now. I'm not anywhere near those storms. I made a... I don't know if I would have caught them anyhow, but I kind of got started late tonight, had some family obligations, and wasn't able to make the initial leap. And guys, if I'm being honest with you, and I like being honest, I didn't expect this today across central Arkansas. The models didn't either. So, Melanie Williamson, $5. Coffee Fund, got to keep you Storm Chasers caffeinated. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Yeah, we've got more tomorrow too, unfortunately. More severe weather tomorrow, Thursday, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. It's like, oh my gosh. The storm that has a tornado warning on it near Twin Groves, Damascus, Guy, and Greenbrier, the hook region of that storm, the inflow region, is starting to get pretty messy. And that's not usually a good look for a storm that's just imminently about to produce a tornado. So that's something to watch. Looking at the velocities, there's something there. It's kind of an older velocity scan. Velocity doesn't look bad, though. I mean, looking at the velocity scan, 905 was our last scan, and it's rotating. I mean, there's definitely something there. I wouldn't mess with it. And then the storm near Danville just looks like the most classic Arkansas supercell you could ask for. No tornadoes here where I am. My exact location. No. Does look like there's a little bit of a area of interest here. Just to my northwest, I kind of wish I would have stayed on 40 now. I can get back to 40. I can get back to I-40. I think if I turn right here, I think this takes me, Dora will take me up to 40. Or I could just go north up into Van Buren and go that way. I think I am going to. No, I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go this way. I feel like those storms are really struggling with the cap right now. I feel like there's some dry air warm dry air that's really preventing much growth there. Those have really tanked over the last hour or so. No tornadoes within 20 miles of me. Nope. I'm not 100% that either of these storms are producing tornadoes, but certainly mean business. That the one near Greenbrier, is really still just kind of trying. Yeah, they can definitely be scary at times. There's no doubt about that. Tornadoes can be pretty spooky at times, especially the stronger ones. I'm in downtown Fort Smith, for those who are familiar. I was targeting some storms to my west in Oklahoma. That was my closest options this evening, and those storms just kind of died on me. It does look like the storm near Greenbrier, Twin Groves. We were talking about how the inflow region of that storm kind of looked a little bit messy. And it looks like it's kind of cleaned it up a little bit. The rotation's still there. Someone asked about my SUV. We're in it right now. I'm okay. It's got some interior damage from the airbags going off, the curtain airbags. And there's very little exterior damage, so nothing too crazy. Just got to get it repaired. I'll get it repaired soon. Hopefully after this severe weather episode this week that we're dealing with. And we also have a tornado warning still down in Yell County, near Ola and Casa, there in Perry County. The rotation on that is not impressive at all. That storm doesn't look the same as it did earlier. It looks like it's on the struggle bus a little bit, so... Yeah, we're in downtown Fort Smith, Garrison Avenue. The Garrison Avenue. Lively here on a, what is it, Tuesday night? I don't really know what this truck is doing, but he's taking up 2 lanes of traffic. I don't know if he's lost or if he's trying to get back to the north or what, but... But guys, no, I don't really have anything new for you as far as the tornado stuff goes. Just those 2 tornado warnings. That is the only 2 things going on right now in the entire state. I was driving south on 49 in northwest Arkansas about a week ago, and I was driving through just a heavy rain downpour coming home from a doctor's appointment, and a multi-vehicle accident happened in front of me, and I went to slow down, and a hydroplane hit the guard wall. So pretty annoying, pretty frustrating. I can't seem to stay away from vehicle accidents, and I mean, I guess this one technically was my fault because I hit the brakes and spun out, but you know, the wreck before was someone hit me, and it's just like, golly, it's annoying. Yeah, Fort Smith's not bad. Megan, no updates on the one at Ola. It's honestly, that thing looks like it is dying. Obviously, I don't know, Megan, if you have access to any radar data, but if you look at that storm, it literally looks like it's getting choked and shriveling. I would be surprised if they don't cancel the tornado warning on that pretty soon. I don't really see any reason for them to continue it. The other storm, however, near Greenbrier, Damascus, and Guy, Twin Groves, that storm looks a little bit more healthy, and the circulation looks a little bit more healthy. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed driving around with me tonight and seeing very little of anything. Gosh. Yeah, sirens are going off in Greenbrier. That sounds about right. They need to be going off. There's a circulation just to your north. Anybody that lives north of Greenbrier, between Greenbrier and Twin Groves, or between Greenbrier and Guy, needs to be sheltered. That's pretty much the only show in town right now. Brooke, I hope they don't. From what I've been told is that they do not plan on totaling it. Not all the airbags went off. Just the curtain airbags. So I'm sure it'll be expensive for the insurance and stuff and all that to replace it. But the other stuff, I mean, there's like very little of any exterior damage at all. So that's good. Yeah, the circulation's pretty much right over Greenbrier. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. As someone who is still pretty young, I just said I'm sure they're going to go ahead and cancel that tornado warning for Yale County, like Ola and Casa. And they just did. Like, that makes me feel good knowing that my analysis right now is there. Because, man, when it comes to these situations, when you're telling people potentially life-saving information, that makes me feel good. I'm going to go ahead and delete that post, though. Yeah, Megan, for sure. If you ever need anything weather-related, just message me, comment. Generally, when things are going on, I'm in the middle of it. I would be in the middle of it. But tonight, storms have just kind of waned on me a little bit, which I honestly kind of expected. But we're still watching that storm there north of Greenbrier, just north of Greenbrier. I mean, it's on the northern periphery of town. But guys, the rotation on that looks pretty broad. Yeah, Tyson, that thing's close to you, brother. It's going to get windy regardless if there's a tornado or not. There's a lot of wind associated with that storm. There's a lot of lightning too, man. I'm sure the people who live in Guy and Twin Groves, maybe even up as far as Quitman, and it is probably really noisy right now. There's a ton of lightning involved. Shooter is asking, do I think that tomorrow will be worse than today? I think there will be more storms tomorrow. I'm not totally sure that it's going to be really bad. In my opinion, and this is just me thinking out loud, it seems like a lot of the model signals like the idea of storms being a little bit more intense south of I-40 tomorrow. Excuse me, why do I keep yawning? So that's something that we should probably watch. There's a pretty good signal for storms to really get their act together tomorrow, because some of the latest data. Samantha, you're asking about Jonesboro. I think you're going to be okay in Jonesboro. There's no tornado watch, but we'll watch what those storms in central Arkansas do over the next couple of hours. Storms move through western and central Arkansas tomorrow between 8 a.m. and noon. And I feel like that's going to impact the atmosphere a little bit. And then some of the data likes to really blow stuff up south of I-40 tomorrow, but it just looks junky, man. It looks junky. It looks messy. And I think that's probably going to promote more of strong winds than tornadoes and large hail. That's just my gut feeling for now. Possum, you're asking about the River Valley tonight. I mean, I could see there being more storms developing on the cold front, but for right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of development. That's kind of one reason why I'm honestly just kind of hanging out, because some data does develop stuff around 10 p.m., but I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it on radar. I'm not seeing it at all. I mean, the storms that are approaching western Arkansas right now are just like, there's lightning on it, but it's just like halfway rain showers. Like, it's no good. I hear sirens. And they dropped the tornado warning too. I hear sirens, but I don't know. Oh, dude, you're crazy, dude. Fort Smith Fire Department on the scene. So guys, we have no active tornado warnings right now. Which is a great thing. And I honestly was expecting that. The Greenbrier storm just doesn't look as organized as it did earlier. And then, of course, the Danville storm, I think, has finally just got ate up. Couldn't hold on anymore. So with that, probably, what time is it? 9:20? Man, I'm hungry. I just passed a lot of food places too. I'm not really, honestly not really. Yeah, Gina, that might be the problem. I also thought today that some of the winds were, a little bit too southerly, southwesterly, which I know that sometimes that doesn't matter, but yeah, Robin, of course, thank you for following. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm sorry. I know this is kind of weird. Like, I didn't go live until almost 8 o'clock. I haven't really been on any storms worth talking about. I've just been really doing, I would have honestly been better off just doing coverage from the house. and just doing social media stuff. But I really appreciate everyone that has sent me super chats. I think a couple of people have sent like $19 in super chats and then a $5 one, so that'll help me pay for my fuel tonight. I really appreciate it. I just got to go get me some dinner, I guess. I've got clean cooking at the house. I might just go eat that, honestly. I don't really know what I'm going to do. But I'll probably be up, until midnight or so watching these storms. Yeah, someone's asking about Dardanelle. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot going on right now. I mean, Dardanelle's in the clear. There's nothing really going on there at all. The storms have passed you to the east. Amanda, the reason why they dropped the tornado warning for Greenbrier is because there's just not a whole lot of rotation there. That circulation just kind of fell apart. Yeah, of course, thank you for watching. I know really didn't have a whole lot of people watching, which is honestly a little surprising because I usually carry a pretty good audience regardless of what's going on. But I know that there's news coverage going on, and then there's other people who stream, and I think Ryan Hall's live, and so I get it. It's all good. It don't hurt my feelings. As long as I can help somebody, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they dropped the warning because of the circulation weekend, so go to Boondocks. You're on 71? An officer here with someone pulled over, I think, or helping someone. That's a sheriff deputy. No, Shooter, I don't think they'll. If they upgraded the risk tomorrow for Arkansas, it would likely be for maybe some large hail or strong wind potential in South Arkansas. But I think the enhanced risk is more than enough for what we're going to experience. I'm not completely sold that we're going to experience something just out of this world either. So I think the severe weather risk tomorrow is a rather complex one. We'll just put it that way. But guys, from what I can tell, I think the storms are going to pretty much behave for the next little bit. I'm going to go to the house and probably stay up till midnight or so. Give these storms at least the courtesy till midnight to make sure nothing new develops, and then probably go to bed. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you next time. I'll probably have a stream tomorrow. Maybe I might just do coverage from the house.